Hey guys, Eitan, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making homemade pita bread. Here's the story. If you've been following me, then you know this past summer I had an amazing trip in Israel where, to be honest, I literally ate like pita and hummus 24/7. So if you've been following me, also you know that I teamed up with Red Star this year to make recipes that I love to eat but have never actually made before using their yeast. Today we are in the kitchen with Red Star's platinum yeast. This yeast is really great because it not only comes with their premium yeast, but it also has these natural dough improvers that just help you strengthen your dough and let it catch those bubbles so it could rise even more, which is perfect for pita. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So over here I have my stand mixer, and to this I'm gonna add some water that's nice and warm, which is really gonna help activate our yeast. So we're gonna pour this right into here. Then to this right over here I have some sugar. This is what's gonna really feed the yeast and just make it happy, because yeast is alive, so we need to feed it. Then right over here I have the Red Star Platinum yeast, and let's just cut off the top. There we go, and we're just gonna add this straight in there, one packet. Okay, so now we're just gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes until it bubbles up, and it's just gonna fill your kitchen with the most amazing yeast smell. All right, so our yeast looks great, and now to this, we are going to add in our flour. Straight into here, let's get that all in there. And now we're going to add in the salt right over here. Okay, perfect. So our dough has now come together into a ball, and I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil straight into here. Okay, that looks good. Now, even when I use this to knead, I always like to just also knead it by hands a little bit. Okay, this looks super good. Now what I'm just gonna do to finish is round out the dough so we get a nice rise. And once you've kneaded, you can kind of tell that it's like really nice and soft. Okay, this hand's super oily, so I'm gonna try to do this with one hand right now. We're just gonna take a cloth, cover our dough, and now we're gonna wanna let this rise for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how hot or cold it is outside. And you just want this to double in size. It's gonna get super puffy, and then I'm gonna teach you guys the insanely cool method to bake the perfect pita. Okay, I'm super excited. I'll see you guys in an hour. Okay, so it has been about an hour, and our dough is ready. Let's check on how much it rose over here. Oh, look at that. We now have it has doubled in size, which is exactly what you want. This looks like a perfect dough. The Red Star yeast did its job and rose beautifully. Now, what we're gonna do is over here I have some hands. I mean, obviously everyone does. I'm gonna put on a little bit of oil into one of my hands from where forming it. But first, I'm gonna take some flour, dust it all over here. Okay, so let's just grab a nice and big ball of dough. All right, that looks good. Right over here. And we're just really want to form it into a really good circle. In order to get pita that will puff up nicely, you really need it to be in a circle. So let's get some flour on there so we can roll it out. Some more on top of there. Looks good. And just very gently use the rolling pin. You don't want to do it too hard. Just kind of gently roll it around until it becomes into a nice pita-sized circle. Okay, here we go. So this looks good. As you can see, we have a nice, perfect circle. It's very even. Also, as you see, like you have a very even, like piece of dough. Like if one side's higher than the other, it won't like puff up correctly. So what we're gonna do, and this step is, oops, just bang that. We're gonna wanna do that's super important. You wanna take some flour and dust out your pizza peel. Now, not everyone has a pizza peel at home, so if you don't have a pizza peel, you can use just the back side of a baking sheet. Don't use the top because we need to roll it off. You're gonna wanna use, like flip over a baking sheet upside down. But I have a pizza peel that I love. I'm gonna use it, highly suggested, by the way. So, we're gonna take our pita bread, we're gonna put it on here, and now let's go over what you're gonna do with the oven. Okay, so now my oven is at 550 degrees Fahrenheit on the convection setting, the hottest it'll go. All right, let's slide in the pita, and then immediately once it's in, I'm turning it on to the broil setting because we really want some intense heat coming down as if there was a fire in there in the oven. Then, once we do that, we're gonna take half a cup of water, pour it on the bottom, then immediately shut the oven so we trap all that steam in there, which will help the pita puff up and just do its magic. All right, check this out. Did you see how much that rose? The Red Star Platinum yeast is literally like, it's like a superhero in the kitchen. It makes your bread rise like insane. Let's just slide it on here. I have a whole nice plate of it right over here, platter. And let's just dig right in. So let's open this up. I wanna show you like that amazing action you got going on there for that pocket. Look at that. Do you know how hard that is until I figured it out? Literally like my first 3 tries, I did not get that. And then I figured out by using the pizza stone, adding the water for that steam. I mean, look at that. You can just fill it with shawarma, with falafel, really with anything. I mean, come on, how cool is that? It's really cool. Okay, but for right now, I don't have any falafel on me, but I do have some delicious hummus right over here. So I'm gonna rip off a nice piece, super soft, just like the pita you get in Israel, and just super delicious. All right, so let's just go right here and get some of that hummus. Oh, look at that. I mean, how heavenly does this look? So good. All right, let's just dig right in. This is the stuff. Okay, this is seriously the real deal pita. This isn't like kind of like pita. This is pita. If you have ever wanted to make pita, you better go try this recipe because seriously, it's like life-changing. Like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna buy pita at the store anymore because it's cheaper and so much more fun to just make it at home. And yeah, I just want to eat this all day long for lunch, for dinner. It's just delicious. And before we go, just let's talk about how soft it is. One of the things with pita is that you really want it to be nice and soft. Look at that inside. You have the soft, squishy part right there. The top is even nice and squishy. It's just perfect. Okay, I can ramble on about this pita forever, but I'm not gonna make you guys listen to that. But yeah, this is delicious. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want the recipe, as always, the link is in the description box below. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that like button if you love pita, which should be every single one of you, because pita is an amazing thing. All right, this is super fun. I'm gonna go finish eating all this pita. Thanks for watching.